lovely day. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're looking at the collective energy for today. Today is Friday, January 5th. These messages are fluid, so they're timeless. I keep saying fluid, I don't know why, but they're both. Transcends time. So if you find it later on and it resonates with you, definitely receive it. We're not confined by time at this channel. Time is a construct. I'm wondering if you guys have heard that. It's an interesting theory, it's that value of sometimes we're running late, right? And we get in the car and we're like, I'm gonna make it on time, I'm gonna make it on time. And we manifest making it on time, even a few minutes early. And there's literally no way we should have gotten there, right? So that's fun. That's magical, I think. I like those little nuances in life. I think that is what brings in the magic and the beauty. And we're really trying to create more space for those things. That is where we find happiness and fulfillment, is in the magic, in the synchronicity, in our empowerment, things working out for us, overcoming obstacles, challenges, people, places, and things, right? It's all about evolving, getting to that next level. Boop, boop, ba-doop. All right, so like I was thinking of the Mario game. I like the old school Nintendo personally. I don't think they still have those. I think you can do it on the Nintendo Switch or something like that nowadays, I've heard. But I don't have one of those either. Wah, wah. All right. I will stop talking about my devices and let's start with clearing out the energy a little bit. Just kind of removing any blocks, obstacles, anything heavy that you're feeling within yourself, within your environment, that you just want to release and let go of. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I ask that you will remove, release anything that does not serve our energy, our highest good, anything that's blocking the messages from coming through. Release our lack of worth, the belief that we don't deserve, that we're not good enough. No room for that here at this channel. Okay. All right, so it is Friday. I love Fridays. It is the day of Venus. I am a glutton for love. It's such a beautiful, tender energy that we can bring into our environment. I know that the world is not a very loving place. I know that we are constantly up against people, places, and things that really function from a lack of love, and not that everything needs to be this rose-colored glasses fairy tale. Love isn't about that. That's nice too, for sure. We have to deal with the reality of what's going on around us as well. But if we actually approached ourselves, people, situations around us with more love, what would that look like? And love sometimes means setting boundaries, means honoring our heart, our mind, our soul before we're willing to sacrifice for another. Venus energy is the quintessential feminine, nurture, love, support, reception, intuition, creativity. And when we tap into that, we have to give that to ourselves first, right? We gotta come with a full cup in hand so that we can give to others, or simply lead by example. We don't have to actively give to others right now. And I think that's a little bit of where the rub is. Astrologically, we have a lot aspecting the moon, and the moon brings up our feelings, our emotions, how we want things to look, how we wish they look. It's still in Libra today. So again, kind of dealing with partnerships, relationships, romantic, friends, family, etc., you might feel a lot of energy kind of popping up for you around this. Be gentle with yourself. Changes are happening. It might not feel the most comfortable, but it's going to a better space. And that's what we need to have trust and faith in. That's been a pretty consistent theme. We're seeing a little bit more support for our own self, whether you're actually taking the time to give that to yourself with the sun positively aspected to both Jupiter and Uranus. They are both in Taurus. Both were retrograde. Jupiter just went direct. Uranus is going direct at the end of the month. And all that means is it's like we're learning to work with the energies that we have in front of us. Like, how do we maximize it? How do we amplify it? How do we squeeze a lot out of a dollar, so to speak, right? It's really tapping into different ways to do things. 555 is on the clock as I start the oracle. So the seeker is about putting himself out there, looking for new opportunities. Venus, like I said, it's a great day to beautify yourself. Get a little dressed up. Put some makeup on or not, whatever makes you feel the most beautiful. It doesn't have to be like whatever standard beauty model. It's whatever makes you feel like, yeah, I'm awesome, I'm badass, I'm like ready to take on the world. And then start looking around, right? Whether this is actually physically in person, maybe going into a business, connecting with someone, getting some information around something. The more you practice this right now, the more stable you're gonna feel, the more grounded you're gonna feel. And that's what this is all about. Anytime we go through change, transformation, we need to ground into the new. I know ground is like a pretty cliche word. What does that mean? It just means being stable and balanced and what we know is authentically true for us. And ironically or not, practices like running around barefoot help us ground. Watching your feet when you walk. It brings us into stability and balance from an energetic standpoint, doing those types of things. We can also eat grounding foods like root vegetables, drink a cup of coffee, put some cream if it's too acidic, or do decaf if you're sensitive to the caffeine. Those heavier, earthier things that grow underground, those are all grounding energies for us. And like I said, that's what Spirit is trying to get us to do. It's like, okay, you wanted this change, you've asked for it, you've done a lot of work to get here, 2023, right? And now that you're here, let's start actually making this a comfortable vibe space for you to live out of. It is more of a silent energy, not as social, not as putting yourself out there. It's simplifying anything in our environment makes us way more productive. And I don't know, it's like a better feeling overall. Consumerism can be a slippery slope, right? I mean, and I love things. I love beautiful things. I love fun things, right? Like, it's fun to get things. Actually, it's been kind of funny lately because with Christmas coming up, we were getting packages at our door. And for me, that's like my Christmas, getting something in the mail. I still feel like that's like a present. And it has since stopped. And it's kind of like every day I come home and I'm like, where's my gift? Where's my presents? No, I'm kidding. But what I'm trying to communicate is I get that, right? Like, when we have a lot going on, when we're buying a lot, when we're wanted at social events, friends, business, whatever it may be, it feels really gratifying, but it also makes things very busy, very chaotic, very hard to keep track of. And anytime we're in a transition time, remember, we're weeding out the old. We're letting go of things that feel very comfortable, feel very natural for us, and we're calling in the new. And so that can be very shaky ground. There's a lot that we have to kind of sift through, is what I'm hearing for today, whether that's communication, people talking to people, kind of want to figure out what's going on in your world, at work, putting in the work as well. With that, Eight of Pentacles is such a strong energy. It's like someone who feels strong, feels good, and is going to continue going after it, refining. Constantly practicing those free throw shots, right? There's a really good book called Mastery, and it's all on what it means to actually refine, you know, our skill, our craft, being the best version of ourselves, building that home, that stability for our family. Family also came up a lot in the zodiac readings. Definitely check that out if you're interested. Family, some of us are dealing with people who, you know, maybe don't see things the same way, don't feel the same way about life as we do. There has been a lot of conflict, and there is this message, especially with the Fool, of walking away from those things. It's not saying that you have to cut out your family if that's not your vibe. Sometimes it's as simple as drawing boundaries. However, if they are people that are making you crazy, like making you feel crazy, making you feel, you know, unvalued, unloved, unsupported, then there probably does need to be an evaluation of the relationship. And is it healthy for you to keep it around? There is a lot of power also in weeding out individuals in our life. And, you know, oftentimes when people are dismissive of who we are, they don't see us as we are, or they kind of poo-poo our plans, they don't want us to do certain things, etc. Those are usually relationships that are holding us back, that aren't allowing us to be our fullest potential. And oftentimes Spirit puts those in our path